Hey YouTubers, Raph Leaking back with yet another DVD update. Wearing a sweater today because, believe it or not, even though I live in Miami, it is actually 41 degrees outside. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the hoodie on. Anyway, I haven't done a video at all in a while, DVD updates or any other kind of videos. But I have been buying quite a few DVDs. And lately I've been noticing that when I go to stores, the sections, at least to the stores that I go to, are a lot more Blu-ray heavy. They have more options in Blu-ray than in DVD, and that kind of sucks for me because I still really haven't made the jump to Blu-ray. The majority of my collection, or actually pretty much virtually the whole collection I have, besides the exception of maybe 2 or 3, are all DVDs. And I still really like DVDs, and I never really saw the point to watch a movie on Blu-ray unless it was like a really big, action film like Transformers or something that you could really appreciate. But I don't really see the point why they would release like comedies and dramas in Blu-ray. I never really understood. So I've been finding it really hard to find things in stores. So the majority of the stuff that I'm going to show I actually bought on Amazon. But anyway, yeah, I bought quite a few, but I haven't had time to do videos at all because I work an overnight job, so I never really find time. Because usually I do these videos about 2, 3 in the morning. But today's my day off, so I was going to put it off for like 2 more days because I'm waiting on one more video through the mail. But I didn't want to wait anymore, so anyway, I'm just going to get right into it. Oh yeah, but I know I usually show mainly horror, but today I got a little bit of everything. The first one that I picked up off Amazon, I got it used, and it's Clerks 2. The case came in a little broken, and the disc is really, really scratched. I did buy it used, but it said used very good, which those of you that know you buy on Amazon, very good is pretty much virtually like new. But the main disc, the non-special feature disc, just the feature film, the disc was very heavily scratched, but it played perfectly. I watched it last night. Anyway, I don't have the original. I actually prefer this one to the original. The original, I think, to me, is a little slow, a little boring. It is very inspiring. It's Kevin Smith's first film, and it's okay. But this one I liked better because they had more of a budget, so there was more production value. I love Rosario Dawson, and I'm not a huge Kevin Smith fan, but I do like a lot of his films. Like I said, not a mega fan, but I do appreciate his taste and his directing style. And of course, I love Jay and Silent Bob. They're goofy and they're fun. So anyway, the first one that I got, and this is the 2-disc widescreen edition, and I think it's unrated. Anyway, second one I got, another Kevin Smith movie, and this is the High School Reunion collection of Mallrats, which I didn't really notice that when I bought it. But I'm seeing the inside, the disc says Collector's Edition. You know what? I haven't really looked into that. I'm wondering if maybe the disc is in the wrong case. Because there's nothing on the outside of the case, or even on the back, that says Collector's Edition. But when I bought it online, it was Collector's Edition. But I'm pretty sure it was single disc anyway. But anyway, yeah, this is one of my favorite Kevin Smith movies. Really cool. They go to a really cool mall, and the mall's like an old school type mall. It's really nice, but it's pretty funny. And it's got Jason Lee, of course, Jay and Silent Bob, and that guy Jason London, who you don't really see anymore in any movies. You might see him, but you might think it's him, but it's actually his twin brother, Jeremy London. He's got this twin brother named Jerry London that also acts. The next one I got is a movie that I've been waiting to buy, but I just always forget to buy it, and then I found it really good on Amazon for a cheap price. So I went ahead and got it. And they have a special edition, but it was a little bit too much, so I decided to just get the standard widescreen edition, but it's Almost Famous. This movie's really good. I've always liked it, and then recently they've been shown on TV a lot, just looping it and looping it, so I decided that I really wanted to just buy it and own it already. It says it's a Golden Globe winner. I never knew that, but anyway, it's a really good movie. The next one I got is a movie that, it's an independent film that has been doing very well. A lot of critics love it. A lot of fans love it. It's been getting good reviews, and it won a couple of awards on that Independent Spirit Awards. It's I guess some people, they call it a romantic comedy, and it also won the Waldo Salt Screenwriting Award for the 2012 Sundance Film Festival. But anyway, it's Safety Not Guaranteed. This is a movie that I recently rented from Redbox, which I don't usually like to do. I don't like to rent movies anymore. I strictly buy. But this one I rented from a Redbox, and I really, really liked it. This guy, where is he? This guy, oh shit, what is his name? You know what? Oh yeah, Mark Duplass. Mark Duplass, he's on a movie, I'm sorry, he's in a TV series called The League that I really like. I'm a huge fan of The League, one of my favorite shows right now going. He plays a character on there. He's hilarious, so he's what really drew me to the movie. This girl plays in like Funny People and in other movies. I always liked her. This guy, I've seen him in some things. This guy, I don't know who he is. But anyway, it's not your typical, like, you know, Hollywood comedy with like goofy scenes and real big name actors, but it's got like a really real natural feel to it. The dialogue is funny, and it's all about, if you haven't seen it, it's all about this guy, Mark Duplass's character. He writes an ad in the paper, and the ad's right there, and he says he wants somebody to go back in time with, that he's only done it once before, to bring in on weapons, and it was like in the classifieds. So this girl is an intern at like a magazine, magazine, and this guy decides that he wants to take on the story. Really, he's just goofing off though. He just wants a vacation, but she's really into it, and then she ends up, she's the one that ends up meeting up with the guy and acting like she wants to time travel with him. And then it gets really good. I don't want to give away too much of what happens, but if you haven't seen this and you're waiting for a good review, and I hope I'm the first one to tell you, this movie is very worth it. It's very worth it to watch it, and then I think it's worth it to buy. So I went ahead and bought that. I got this at Best Buy today for $19.99, I think it was. The next one I got at Walmart, and this is probably only the second Blu-ray I've ever bought. And the only reason I bought it was because they didn't have the DVD, and this one is the Blu-ray plus the DVD and the digital copy anyway, and it's The Man with the Iron Fist. It says Quentin Tarantino presents, but he didn't really do anything. You know, all he did was produce it a little bit. But RZA, this guy right here, the main guy with the Iron Fist, everybody knows him from you know, he used to rap back in the day with the Wu-Tang Clan or whatever. He's been into kung fu his whole life, so I don't know how long he's came up with the idea, but he came up with the story for the movie, which means he came up with the basic like plot of it, and then he linked up with Eli Roth, the guy from, you know, the writer-director of Cabin Fever and the Hostel films and all that, and together they wrote the screenplay, and it's not that good. It's not as good as I hoped it was. It's a little more cheesy, a little more goofy, and but it's fun. It's a fun action film to like watch with your boys and stuff like that. But anyway, so I don't know if this is any kind of special edition. I think it's just a regular Blu-ray, but see, the only reason I got it is because it also comes with the DVD. I don't have a PS3. I don't have a Blu-ray player. I've been looking around to maybe buy a Blu-ray player, because I guess I have to jump on that, because a lot of times I go to places and I'll see movies that I really, really want, but they don't have the DVD. They only have the Blu-ray. So I don't really want to have to buy a Blu-ray player, but I think sooner or later I'm going to have to. The next one I got was off of Amazon also, and it is a movie that when I was younger, I didn't really, I didn't like. I saw it in theaters. I think my dad dragged me to go see it, and I didn't understand it, so I didn't like it. But of course, you know, years later, after I started getting really into movies, this is one of my favorite Brad Pitt movies, and it's the New Line Platinum series. Sorry, New Line Platinum series of 7. And this is a classic. I'm sure everybody knows what this is. And this one is really cool. I love, if anybody watches my pages, you know that I love box sets and cool slip cases and awesome packaging and boxings. This one's really cool. This one comes in like a neat composition book. Looks like the old composition books we used to write on in school. And inside it's got a lot of stuff in here. Let's see if you can see all this. It's got like blood stains, and it's like broken hands, and like all these nasty images and vials of, like, you know. Anyway, this movie is about a serial killer that he's like a Jesus freak or something like that, and he kills people for committing the 7 deadly sins. And so Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman are detectives, and they get on his trail, and they're trying to find him. And I never like to give away the ending of movies or spoiler movies, even if they've been out, you know, like this one's been out since like 96 or 97 or 95. I never like to spoil them, because who knows if everybody's seen these films, so I don't want to say too much. But it's a really, really good film, and this is another one that I've been wanting to get, and I always forget, but then they've been looping it on Starz and HBO like a lot, so I decided to finally pick it up, and I got that one for a really good price too. The next one is a movie that I just saw like a couple hours ago. I went with my girlfriend to Best Buy, this other Best Buy I hadn't been to, and I was really happy to go to this new Best Buy, because I'm getting really sick of the Best Buy by my house. I don't know if anybody else feels the same way, but I'm getting really sick of going to Best Buy by my house, because they always have a crappy selection. There's never any good customer service, and they always have Blu-rays. They never have DVDs, and I'm just getting sick of it. So I went to this new Best Buy, and I got a couple movies. Safety Not Guaranteed was one of the ones that I picked up there. And my girlfriend picked this one up, and she doesn't really collect. And this is only $4, and I liked it so much that she's like, oh, you could just go ahead and have it. So pretty much was a gift for my girlfriend. But anyway, it's Orphan, and this movie came out in, I think, like 2009. Yeah, 2009. And I never really, it just went over my head. Like I just didn't hear about it. I never even knew it was in theaters or anything like that. And then the first time I heard about it was when they show on Sci-Fi during Halloween in October. They show like the top 15 scariest kids from cinema, and this is one of them. So I had seen the movie, but I still didn't really seem that interested in, and I could easily go on Netflix and have rented it, but I never saw it. But anyway, she bought it today. We throw it on, and I liked it a lot. It was a really, really good movie. It's really creepy, and it's one of those movies where like you can't really, you know, I don't know how to explain it. Like usually, you know, the killers are like these big monsters, so you know you're not really connected. But it's like it's so real because it's about this little girl. Well, actually, it's about this family, and the mother has two kids, a boy and a girl, and then she's trying to have a third one, and she has a miscarriage or something happens. She loses the baby, but she promised one of her daughter she already has, who's deaf. She promised her a sister. So they end up going to an orphanage, and they're looking for kids, and then they find this girl, and she's about 9 years old, and they take her home, and then little by little things start happening, and then the family starts falling apart because just accidents, like there's just wherever she goes, mayhem and carnage follows her. But she's like so innocent. She gets away with it. She's very manipulative, and the little deaf sister, well, you know, her adopted, her new sister, she threatens her like, don't tell on me and all this stuff. So it's really creepy. It's kind of like The Good Son. If you like that movie, it's sort of like that. She's not possessed or demonic in any way. There's no entity inside of her. She's just a straight up crazy person. But it's really good, and my girlfriend really liked it too. So anyway. The next one I got was another one that I got today at Best Buy, and I was really, really happy. And to be honest, I would never buy this film if somebody told me about it. Even though I love crazy... Hold on, I need to take a drink. I'm sorry. Even though I love crazy, out there movies, if someone would have told me about this, I would have been like, maybe I'll watch it once, but never buy it. But I saw this movie on HBO like last week, and I absolutely loved it. I didn't even see the whole thing. I think I missed like the first 20-30 minutes of it. But what I saw, I absolutely loved. And this is another one that I went to the Best Buy previously, and they only had the Blu-ray. And then today I went here, and they had the DVD. And it's this movie, Rubber. The little thing is falling on. Anyway, some people are going to be like, you're an idiot, because I know some people probably absolutely hate this movie, and then there's people that absolutely love this movie. I'm one of the people that absolutely love this movie. After this movie... It's very cheesy, it's very crazy. I don't know how in the world this guy sold this idea for people to back him and make this movie, but it's just, like, it's so bad that it's good. It's one of those movies that's so bad that it's good. And if you don't know what this film is, well, first let me show the cover. I think it's really cool. A lot of the times, if a movie has something like this, I just buy it. I mean, I have to know what the movie is and be in to buy it, but if I pick up a movie and I'm like, oh yeah, I've been wanting this, but it's like $15, I'm like, I wish it was $10. If it has something like this, then I get it. Just like this one. This one was $14.99, and I really wanted to only pay $10, but I decided to just get this because of the cover. Anyway, if you don't know what this movie is, it's plain and simple. It's a killer tire. Some tire, from what I've seen, because I can't see too much. Like I said, I missed the first 20 minutes, but this tire just rolls into this town. I think nobody knows where it comes from, and it has like telekinesis. So it just goes around, and any humans it encounters or animals, small animals, it'll like start vibrating and uses telekinesis and just make their heads explode. So, but it's got this really weird, like, kind of like, not twist, but this really weird thing going on in the movie where there's these people in the desert, and they're just like bystanders, and they're watching the tire from a distance with binoculars. And you never, when I turned it on, I never really got what those people were doing there or who they were. They knew they had been following the tire the whole time, but they seemed really into watching the tire. And then there's this really creepy guy. I don't want to give away too much. If you haven't seen this, I don't want to kill it for you. And this one is pretty recent, so I'm sure there's a couple people out there that haven't seen it. But it's really good. It's a really, really fun movie. Like I said, some people are going to hate this movie, and then some people are going to love it. But on the back it says, a film brimming with comic brilliance and manic originality, which is true. This movie is very original. I give this guy credit for even having the balls to make this film or sell the idea in the first place. So I'm really excited to pick this up for $15. The next two that I picked them up at Walmart in separate weeks, but it's a TV show that I'm really, really into. I got season 1 and 2 of Ancient Aliens. I love this show. I've always been into the whole theory about, you know, alien visitation and our ancestors in hundreds or even thousands of years ago. And I like the show because they're not really trying to force their opinion on you. They just start asking questions. And you know, with this type of topic, it's a never ending thing. It's like you start with questions and you watch this show thinking you might get them answered, but you just end up with more questions than when you started with. But it's really cool. It makes you think, and I think there is a lot of proof out there of this type of stuff. So I love watching this, and there's 2 more seasons out there that I'm trying to find. And if I can't find them on my next couple of trips to stores that I go to, I'll probably just break down and just buy them on the internet. And the last 2 things that I'm going to show you are, I got a couple special editions or box sets, if that's what you want to call them. The first one I got, my girlfriend, my awesome girlfriend, picked me up for Christmas. Was it Christmas? Yeah, I think it was Christmas, and I just never showed it. I don't understand why I did that. I think she got it to me later. Maybe it was like for, I don't know what it was for. No, it was Valentine's Day. I'm sorry, that's what it was. It was the most recent holiday. I completely forgot about that. It's kind of a weird gift to get somebody for Valentine's Day, but she knows I love DVDs, so she picked me up the limited edition gift set of the Dark Knight trilogy. And this thing is just, I love this case, and it is amazing. I love the artwork on the outside, and it's really thick, it's really big and bulky. It's got all 3 Dark Knight films, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. And this is like a little slip thing that comes off. Let me take this off real quick. See, and this is the back of the box set. Just look at that box set. I just love it. And you know what? We went to Best Buy today again because I never saw this until she bought it for me. And I'm sure as many people have been looking online, or if you've been looking in stores, there are so many editions for all of these movies individually and also in box sets. There's so many different box sets, and there's so many editions of The Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises. There's so many. And I already had Batman Begins, and I have The Dark Knight, but I didn't buy The Dark Knight Rises. And before I bought it, she bought me this, so I guess now I'll just go ahead with this. Anyway, in the inside it has like a little book. It's like art and making of the Dark Knight trilogy, and it's like, let's see, well, the pages aren't really numbered, but I'd say it's probably about, I don't know, 100 pages. It's like a cool little book, and it's got like, you know, like them doing the makeup for Bane and the Batmobile or the Batbike, whatever you want to call it, and like behind the scenes stuff, and even, you know, the one with the Joker, the first Dark Knight and all that. And then this is the actual box inside. Really, really cool, and it's really, really clean done. Like, I love the way it looks. And there's all 3 films right there. Anyway, I love it, and she got it for a really, really good deal. Because when I saw it, I was like, oh man, she probably paid a lot. I didn't want her to do that, but I think she said she got it for like about $30, which is really good. So anyway, I'm really happy with this. And like I said, I already had 2 of the films. So this one, I pretty much just put the other 2 films in my collection. This one I put on top of my shelf for display purposes. But anyway, so yeah, she got me that. I'm really happy about that. Try to get this back into condition. Anyway, the last one I bought, I wish I could be more proud to show you this, but this thing I bought online, and I bought it in used like new condition, which pretty much means they opened the plastic, they maybe even went through the whole thing, but they never watched it. There's no scratches on it whatsoever. And then it shows up in my house, and it looks like this. And I don't know, YouTubers, if you could see that, but that is a DVD hoarders or buyers' nightmares when you buy something really, really cool and it shows up like this. Because there's nothing you can really do. You're left stuck because you can't really blame the person that sold it to you, because they could just say, oh no, it wasn't me, it was between me and you, the people that handled it messed it up, and if I go to the post office and blame them, nothing's going to happen, because believe me, they've lost things that I've ordered before, and they never help you. At least the post office in my neighborhood, they don't help you at all, and they just tell you to go to the person that sold it to you. But anyway, yeah, this is the 15th anniversary of Reservoir Dogs, and it comes in this really cool, it's like a petrol gas can. See, the top is even like a gas can. This is, you know, because of the famous scene where Michael Madsen pours the gas all over that cop in the movie before he tortures him. Well, after he's done torturing him. And anyway, yeah, it showed up and it just got huge dents here. And this thing is all popped open on the side. I can't push it back down. I've tried taking it out and sticking my finger in there and trying to thumb it back up, and it won't pop back in. It's completely destroyed. This little thing comes off, and then this opens up, and then it's like a giant oversized matchbox, and it says Uncle Bob's Pancake House. I'm sorry. This is, I guess, you know, paying homage to or referencing the restaurant that they all eat in the beginning of the movie. And then in the back it says Home of the Big Kahuna Burger, which is pretty funny. You know, Tarantino's always referencing Big Kahuna Burgers and Red Apple cigarettes, and this is how it looks on the inside. I haven't really seen too many people do a review of this. I never even knew about this edition. I already own an edition of the movie. I have the other anniversary of it with all the different color guys. I got the yellow one, Michael Madsen, Mr. Blonde, because that's my favorite character in the movie. But anyway, yeah, I was really disappointed to see this thing arrive like this, and I'm pretty sure what it was the guy that handled it, because the thing is, this thing, I don't think it could really fit in my mail slot, because we have really small mail slots, and I think the guy just jammed it in there, not really caring what it was, which fucking pisses me off, because I hate when people do that, man. You don't, it's not your shit, so I know you don't care about it, but at least handle it with care. So the guy fucking messed me up, and the people were really nice on Amazon. I'm not gonna really say who it was, but they did offer to give me a refund, but they told me that they did ship in perfect condition. They don't know how it happened, but they will issue me a refund. And I wrote them back that won't be necessary because it's not their fault, and I don't want to, be a dick, and because I could be making it up for all they know. But anyway, here it is. It's messed up, but it's nobody's fault except for the assholes that handled it. But it's still really cool. But it does make me mad because I bought this pretty much only for display purposes. I wanted to put it up there with the rest of my box sets, and I just can't really and honorably do that because it's just a huge dent and I can't fix it. It pisses me off, and I really don't want to or have to, but I think I'm gonna have to buy this again because I really like it. And I guess this one I'll just give it to like a friend or maybe sell it to somebody. But anyway, so yeah, that wraps up my update. Like I said, I know I haven't done a lot of these videos in a long time, and I haven't been doing a lot lately because I've been pretty busy, but I'm getting back into buying DVDs, so I'm going to try to do these more often. I'll see whatever I could do. I hope you guys like it, and drop me all the comments and questions you need, and I'll answer them. Until my next update, later guys.